Hey everybody, you might know me more by my voice than by my face. I'm Tim, and I'm actually Leo and Smokey's dad, cat dad. And so I have a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy your videos that I post up there that you can watch. They've gotten 1 million views, they have 2,600 subscribers, and I appreciate you sharing the joy that I have with these two little guys. So I figured I would talk to you today about Smokey's DNA report. And so we've got that actually in, and we're gonna take a look at it. Before I go too far, though, I would like to show you guys a little bit more about his background and where he came from. Smokey came from Ozarks Cat and Canine Rescue, same place I got Leo. It's down in around Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. And so if you're looking to adopt a cat or a dog, it's a wonderful shelter. It's a no-kill shelter, and they do actually really great things with all the different pets that they have that come through there and finding them homes and getting them in their permanent places. So I could have adopted much more locally than there, but I just somehow got connected with them, and so that's uh, that's where they came from. So also, I just want to put this shout out there. If you enjoy their videos, I would suggest you just send an adoption to Ozark Cat and Canine, and they have a page here where you can see ways to give. Here we go. Where you can donate with PayPal. They have an Amazon wish list of different things that they want. A Chewy wish list. Just send them something and say that Leo and Smokey sent you. But this is the YouTube page. I usually put up about 4 videos a day from the boys. But I also put up some military vehicle videos and some other random stuff like this robot dog, which was at an event that I went to the other day. So I thought people would like to see that. But so let's talk about Smoke. He's my little gray panther, Smokey. Sometimes I call him Smoke, sometimes Smokers, but he's a very sweet, loving little kitten. He's just over 6 months. I've had him since he was about 4 months old. And he came to Ozarks Cat and Canine Shelter when he was about 4 weeks old. And him and his brother Bandit, who I'll show you in just a minute, and he was there until I adopted him at the 4 month point. So he's there about 3 months. Now, Smokey, when he first got there, had a failure to thrive and almost died. And they actually worked very hard to nurse him through all that. And, he's a happy, healthy boy. He's got a few little health issues going on. He had a respiratory infection when I first got him, and we gave him some antibiotics at the vet, and he didn't respond well to that, and he stopped eating for a couple of days, and then we got him going again. He's been perfectly fine since then. He also has a umbilical ulcer, which means that the hole where his umbilical cord didn't fill in, so he's got a soft spot in his tummy, and so he's going to have a tummy tuck in about 2 weeks, and he should be good to go from there. Now, he does have a brother that also went to the shelter. My understanding is that these were the two kittens that didn't have homes as part of that litter that they came from. I believe they came from around Versailles, Missouri. So the owner took these two kittens to Ozarks Cat and Canine to help get them to find homes, and they both actually did. So this is Smokey's brother, Bandit. And the thing about Bandit is a massive cat. He is more than twice the size of Smokey, maybe in some ways 3 times as big. So he's a very big boy. Again, here's another picture of Bandit. Again, they both look very similar. This is Leo. Let's go back to Smokey. Yeah, there's Smokey, and there's Bandit. So you can kind of compare the two and see that you can definitely tell that they're brothers. There's a Bandit sticking out his tongue and his brother. So anyway, I thought you guys would like to see those. So Bandit and Smokey were there. Bandit got adopted about a week before I got Smokey. I picked up Smokey, and Bandit actually got returned from his first adopter who didn't like how wild of a kitten he was, which is a normal kitten. So then Bandit actually stayed back at the shelter for about another month, and then they were adopted by a wonderful family somewhere down around the lake, I think maybe Lebanon, Missouri. And so her and I go back and forth, share pictures and videos and things like that of the two gray boys. So you're here to find out about Smoker's DNA report. So let's switch to that. Let me go back up to the top since I'm re-recording this. Okay, here's Smokey's genetic report. Now, when I first got him, I didn't know quite what he was. I knew his brother was massive, and his brother gives some real hints to what he is. But I was thinking he was Russian blue. He had a lot of the Russian blue characteristics. Definitely the colorings. He's got that kind of blue-gray marking. He's got a little white mark on his chest. I say it makes him kind of look like a Catholic priest, but he certainly doesn't act like a holy man for sure. But so going into this, I was a little bit surprised. So this report came from Basepaws, by the way. It cost about $120. You can usually get coupons to knock it down to about $70 or $80. So breed groups, Western predominantly is the largest group. He's broadly Western, which means generic mix of Western cats. Western breed cats is his number one, but his number two here is Maine Coon, which his brother Leo and him share quite a bit. I think I'll do a video compares him and Leo, his brother, just so you can see them side by side and how different cats they are. And then there's these other different categories down here: American Shorthair, Siberian. His next biggest category is polycat, which is just a mix of all the different kind of cats over the world, throughout the world, as cats have traveled all over the world and mated with other cats, and you end up with polycat. But his next category is then exotic, 18.7%, with the largest being Egyptian Mau. He's got Eastern in him, also Thai. I believe Thai cats are also a gray cat, so that may filter in there somewhere. So anyway, I figured that the Russian blue would be much higher, but it's actually a relatively small percentage for him. He's actually got, 10 times Maine Coon and even more Norwegian forest cat in him than that. And he's got twice as much Savannah and than he does Russian blue. So let's go through the rest of this. A lot of this report is just a little bit of just information about the different cat breeds. We'll kind of roll through this. And if you're thinking about getting a Basepaws report, I'll show you what it looks like. This was done in September of 2022, and I got the results back in mid-October of 2022. So it takes about 6 weeks. So this will roll into the health markers report here in just a second. We get through all the cat breeds. So here's the genetic and health markers, the different things. So blood disorders, he's clear on. Metabolic disorders, he's a carrier of 1, which has to do with accumulation of porphyrins. So I have to ask, I work with a veterinarian, just happens to work where I work. Well, she doesn't do vet stuff. I'll have to ask her about that, but he's just a carrier. He's not an actual, doesn't actually have that. Metabolic disorders, he's good. Eye disorders, he's good. Musculoskeletal, he's good. Endocrine disorders, he's good. Renal, kidney stuff, he's good. Cardiovascular, he's good. Autoimmune, nothing going on there. Skin disorders, he's good. And then he's type A blood, same as Leo, I believe. So now we go into kind of the physical traits, and he's not likely to have a curly coat Sphinx, boy coat, or a hypotrichosis, which would be 2 muted gene copies before the first birthday mutation. Basically what a Burman cat looks like. Not likely to be russet or charcoal color. This surprised me a little bit. He actually had quite a bit of stars up here, but it's generally seen in Bengals. And he didn't have a blotched tabby coat, amber coat. But these two things are really interesting in that dilute coat color and black coat color. So my understanding is that his gray color is actually a diluted version of a black cat. So he's a black cat with a dilution on it that makes him gray, which is kind of fascinating. We'll keep going through here. Things he doesn't have: chocolate color, albino, Siamese, copal coat, mackerel tabby. Not likely to have a short tail or kink tail. Not likely to have extra toes. But he is likely to have a long hair coat, and that makes perfect sense with his being a Maine Coon. And actually, his tail is really filling in. Now, since Smokey was the runt of his litter, he's taking a little bit longer to develop. Leo, I got him Smokey is currently just a little bit older than Leo was when I got him. And Smokey is still developing his fur, growing his fur out and things. And of course, Leo's a year old and he's still growing out his fur also. So anyway, he is going to have a long coat, which is starting to develop now. He's getting the poofy tail. His oral health stuff is all good. And so anyway, that's Smokey in a nutshell. So I'm considering doing a video where I'm going to put Leo and Smokey side by side, and you can kind of compare, even though they're very, very different cats, how they look. But anyway, I thought you guys would find this interesting. Again, Smokey's a wonderful cat. Love to have him. He plays with his brother Leo all the time. He's a purr machine. And I appreciate you guys watching his videos and supporting him. And he's a really, really sweet boy. And just keep him in your prayers in about 2 weeks when he has his tummy tuck surgery. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.